Did God make the Sabbath only for Israelites? What does the Bible say? He said unto them, the Sabbath was made for the Jew. That's not what it says. This is on the seventh day of creation. God made man in 6 days. On the sixth day, made the world in 6 days. Then after he made man, and the word here in Greek is anthropos, you've heard of anthropology, it's talking about humanity, not just one race of people. Jesus said the Sabbath was made for humans. How many here are related to Adam? Then you fit. The Sabbath was made for mankind, humanity, not man for the Sabbath. God did not make the Sabbath and then make man to serve the Sabbath. He made man and then made Sabbath to be a blessing to man. See how that works? And you read in Exodus 23, verse 12, 6 days you shall do your work, and on the seventh day you shall rest, that your ox and your donkey may rest. And he says, and your servant also, and the son of your female servant, and that your stranger may be, what's the word? Refreshed. Now, do only Jews need refreshment? Or did the Lord also include even animals in this commandment? Does God even care about creatures? So, do people need rest? Yeah, when the Lord said the Sabbath was made for man, he meant for the human race. People need rest. How many people are struggling with stress-related disease? Some of you out there struggling with stress. When did God establish the Sabbath? Answer? It says in Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 through 3, thus the heavens and the earth, now remember, you read the blue answers with me. Thus the heavens and the earth and all the host of them were finished, and on the seventh day God ended his work which he had done, and he rested. Man is made in the image of God. We follow his example. He rested as an example for us. He rested on what day? The seventh day from all his work which he had done. And I'm going to continue. It goes on to say, and God blessed the seventh day. You know, right here in the beginning of the Bible, a number is mentioned 3 times. 7, 7, 7. First book of the Bible. Go to Revelation, the end of the Bible. There's another number mentioned 3 times. 6, 6, 6. 7 is the perfect number of God and worship of God. 6 is the day that man was created. It's the number of man, and man-made worship. And this is a battle for worship that you're going to see going on all through the Bible. The Sabbath was established right at the very beginning. And God blessed the seventh day, and he sanctified it. What does that mean? Made it holy, because in it he rested from all his work which God created and made. Question number 3. Now, I know it seems like I'm going fast, but you'll see why. I got a lot I'm going to cover here. How has God demonstrated the importance of the holy Sabbath? He says in Exodus, now in your Bible, if you look in Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 through 11. I'm going to grab my Bible real quick, and we're going to read this together. If you have your Bible, you'll not only find this in Exodus chapter 20, verse 8, it's also in Deuteronomy chapter 5. You can find the 10 Commandments, and you'll find them in partial places, several places. Exodus chapter 20, verse 8, it is the longest of the 10 Commandments. It's the only commandment that begins with the word remember, and it is in the middle of God's law. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all of your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Jews. That's what it says. Seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall not do any work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor the stranger within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth and the sea and all that is in them, and he rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. This is what you call the fourth commandment. Now, when God writes something in stone, how important is it? I want you to think about what God did when he created the Sabbath commandment. Matter of fact, we're going to put it up here on the screen here just as a little visual so that you can all see this. God had the Ten Commandments. Were they written on paper, silly putty, or stone? And how many of you remember the story when Moses came down the mountain? They had made a golden image. God threw the Ten Commandments out of his hands and broke them at the foot of the mountain. And if you're watching Charlton Heston, you want a little amazing fact? You know that old movie, The Ten Commandments by Cecil B. DeMille? My mother was in that movie. It's a very small part. When I watched it with the kids, I'd say, there goes Grandma. But she was in the movie. And he said, if you will not live by the law, you will die by the law. And he throws the commandments down. It's true that he threw it down and broke it. You know what God said? Come back up. I'm going to give it to you again. He spoke it with his own voice. He wrote it with his own finger to indicate the permanence of it.